Damon's younger brother, which I'll say has not always been easy. As most of you probably know, Jamon's he's a hardworking young man who's always achieved some sort of a great accomplishment or feat. It's always, what's next for Jamon? I bet if I were to ask around the room, most of you could cite an example in a time in which you found yourself congratulating Jamon. For something great that Jamon had done, maybe, yourself, your significant other, your boss, wanted you to do, or maybe you yourself wanted to do, but didn't ultimately do, but Jamon did. Don't worry, I absolutely feel your pain. I was born in April of 1995, which coincidentally was the same year that my father mentioned earlier, was the year that Jamon placed first place in the Texas Hill Country Karate Tournament. That's right. He went undefeated that summer and worked his way up to an orange belt. Round of applause for that. Wow, orange belt, that's impressive. Moving on to middle school and high school, Jamon said represented his track team, was always on the A honor roll, and ultimately graduated valedictorian. Something that Jason and I failed to do. Being honest. Jamon then went on to Rice, played Division I football, and graduated with the highest honors among his major. Right? I'm sure everyone does that. Next, he went off to a prestigious medical school, became a doctor, whatever. Matched to a competitive residency, and is now on his way to maybe a small school in the Northwest, maybe you've heard of it, Harvard, to do his fellowship. Awesome. Whatever. Being 6 years apart, it may seem like it was tough to follow and act like Jamon. And it was. It absolutely was. Initially, we didn't always get along very well. 6 years apart, I vividly remember Jamon was 12 years old. I go into his room. He's got all his folders, color-coded, everything's on his bed. I'm very excited. I run into his room. Jamon! Minutes later, I'm leaving crying. He kicked me out of his room. He says, "You're always in my way! Get out of here! I got stuff to do. I got homework to do. I'm on the honor roll." Whatever. Naturally, I run next door to my room. I take out a piece of paper. I take out my markers. I'm 6 years old. And I write a big 12 on a piece of paper. And on a red marker, I write a big X. 12 is bad! I don't like 12-year-olds. I don't like Jamon. Thankfully, that all changed. We grew closer together through our love for competition and sports. Jamon was my coach in basketball and in football. And while you ask him, he'd probably say that he was equally as tough on every player on the team as he was on me. That's an absolute lie. Absolute lie. Most of our conversations on the phone were something similar to this. Well, Jay, you're in a great time, but you need to stay more relaxed on the 200. Relax your arms, get into the pace of the race a lot more. Jay, you threw 2 touchdowns? That's awesome. How many tackles did you miss? Jay, that was a great layup. But next time, get back on defense faster. Let me get back to my speech here. I memorize most of this, not all of it. We had somewhat of a Popovich and Tony Parker type relationship. I was the young gun, the hot shot. He was the old, senile coach. Rode me into the ground. That's okay. That's okay. But it was for my own good and for the team as a whole. Let me see, where did I go? Okay, sorry. Anyway, fast forward a few years, Jamin was doing his own thing. He was the man at his high school, a great receiver, great leader in his community. And a few years before, he was 12 years old and I resented him, right? I wrote a big X through the letter 12. He was 15 years old, he was a starter on the football team, and I wore his jersey every Friday to school. Because I was proud to be his younger brother. I was proud to wear a 15 on my chest. And that was true when I played football too. I wore 15 for a reason. I wore 15 for a reason. Jamin88 was my password for 7 years. It was really easy. It was really easy. Jamin88, that's it. That's all I needed. Jamin88 is Jamin Rice 88. That was my password. That was it. Nope.
You're not allowed my passwords too.
That just goes to show how much I looked up to Jamin. But I think